Thank you for joining me in this practice today, but most importantly, for showing up for yourself. We begin in child pose, reaching the fingertips out towards the front of the mat as we send the hips back. Already feeling nice and long in the back body. Connecting to our breath, letting it flow naturally. Holding space for whatever you brought with you to the mat today. Attaching no judgment to any feelings or emotions. Just allowing yourself this time to be. To feel whatever it is you need to feel. Knowing that it is valid. Take these next few moments to just feel the breath, letting it help you clear out the mind as it flows in and out, expanding and contracting the belly. Finding one more breath, and whenever you're ready, gently lifting the chest and coming to sit back on the knees. Reaching up through the crown of the head, rolling the shoulders down and back, letting the hands rest on the lap, palms facing up. With every exhale, releasing what you no longer need, and holding open space for all of the future possibilities and experiences to come your way. Anchoring yourself with the breath, feeling it throughout the entire body. Gently calming down the mind, but still allowing yourself to feel whatever comes up for you throughout this entire practice. Knowing that this is your safe space to laugh, to cry, to express yourself authentically, and take and leave whatever you need to feel balanced. Sitting with the breath, resisting the urge to fidget or move about. Finding reassurance in the stillness, and knowing that this stillness comes from deep within. On this next breath, if we found the eyes closed, we can gently blink them open, coming back into the room, the surroundings. And inhale, reach the arms up overhead, big breath. Exhale, cactus the arms, drawing the shoulder blades together, elbows at shoulder height. Spreading between the fingers, finding as much space as we can. Reaching the chest up, opening through the heart center. Breathing nice and even. And exhale to release the hands, coming gently onto the bum for bound angle. Pressing the soles of the feet together, letting the inner groins gently open. Rooting down through the sit bones, grounding in your sense of belonging. and folding forward on your next exhale. Just letting the back round and the head fall towards the feet. Physically wrapping your arms around yourself. Physically holding yourself as you mentally hold yourself. Knowing that it's all connected. Find one big belly breath and exhale it all out, drawing the navel into the spine. On your next inhale, gently come back to neutral spine, finding a little bit of an inner groin stretch as we reach the chest towards the ankles. Finding a deep hip opening, releasing our emotions, letting them flow. Finding acceptance and love for yourself in all forms. Coming back to neutral spine and gently crossing the right leg over the left, trying to stack knees. Finding your comfortable position, reaching for the toes. Breathing into this deep, intense hip opener. Moving with intention today. Conscious movement. On your next breath, reach the left arm overhead as you slowly walk the right fingertips over. Feeling the side body open as we keep the chest lifted towards the front of the room. One more breath. And then exhale to release, walking the fingertips over in front of the legs and letting yourself fold over. Again, just rounding the back. Not worrying too much about alignment today. Just about holding space for yourself. Finding whatever feels good. Even if that means taking our whole practice in child pose. This is all about connecting to you and what you need to feel safe and secure in your own body and mind. Still breathing nice and even. Not forcing anything, movement nor breath. And on your next inhale, gently raise the chest back up, unraveling the legs to switch sides. Making any minor adjustments until we feel fully comfortable in this position. Sitting up nice and tall, taking up space, showing the world that you're here to stay, in all of your beauty. Opening the hips with every breath. Allowing them to gently release with time and care. And then finding our gentle side bend, Reaching the right fingertips over the head, beautiful long line down the arm. Expanding through the rib cage, allowing yourself more space to breathe, to open up. And when you're ready, you can gently make your way into your safe forward fold, whatever that looks and feels like to you. Cultivating feelings of safety and security as you self-soothe in this little full body hug. Finding gratitude for this time on the mat, time for yourself. Taking a few final breaths here. And then whenever you're ready, carefully lift the head and the chest, unravel the legs, and slowly come into tabletop. First, grounding down through the hands and the tops of the feet, and then taking a few rounds of cat-cow. Moving with the breath, mobilizing through the spine, opening the heart chakra and the throat chakra. Maybe finding a few intuitive rib rolls. Taking whatever you need here. And meeting back in neutral spine, coming down onto the forearms, tucking the toes, sending the hips up into dolphin pose. Pressing through the forearms to send the chest back towards the legs. Creeping the feet up and begin to bend each knee. Waking up the backs of the legs. Really feeling the whole body sensation in this posture. And finding our static dolphin pose, opening through the fronts of the shoulders and the upper back. Connect to the core and gently raise up and make your way into downward facing dog. Taking a few spinal rolls here, gazing at the hands, lifting the heels, and finding what feels good. Letting your body lead you. Finding this little intuitive flow, moving with the breath, feeling nice and strong. And when we feel nice and open, you can gently lower yourself down onto the belly, releasing for Sphinx pose. Untucking the feet, pressing through the hands to lift the chest high. We are open and ready to receive, ready to let our heart guide us. Again, revisiting the breath and just allowing yourself to feel this present moment. Letting go of other responsibilities, releasing stagnant, stuck energy with every deep exhalation. And on this next exhale, gently take the right leg out to the side, coming into half frog pose. The knee is in line with the hip, and the foot is flexed towards the side of the room. Make a little pillow for yourself with your forearms, resting your forehead down, sending the pelvis into the mat, opening up and releasing. Nice, steady, even breathing. Just observing the body and the mind. Wherever the brain tends to float to, whatever thoughts and feelings come up. And gently lifting up, rolling on to the left leg, and reaching the right into the sky. Finding your balance here, grounding down through the leg and the outer edge of the bottom foot. Getting a nice stretch in the hamstrings and the inner groins. Exhale to release, gently rolling back onto the belly and sending the left leg out for half frog. Taking your time to make yourself comfortable, where you can fully surrender. Inhale love and acceptance for yourself, your beautiful being. And exhale love and acceptance. Knowing you are exactly where you're supposed to be on this journey. This unique path is your own. Taking one last breath in half frog and gently rolling on to the right leg and extending the left, opening through the hips and the hamstrings. Connecting back to your breath, making sure you're not holding it in, letting it flow and energize you. Maybe opening the hips a little bit more before gently releasing the left leg. Carefully coming back onto the belly and sending the hips up into tabletop pose. Resetting the spine with another few rounds of cat-cow. Feeling more open with every movement. The sense of coming home to yourself. Taking one last round whatever you want it to look like, and meeting back in neutral spine, getting ready for a nice big twist. Inhale, reach the left arm up to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle. Coming to lie on the left shoulder, extending the right leg, coming onto the ball of the foot, maybe reaching the top arm up. Really opening ourselves here, not shying away from the world. We have our own unique light that we bring to the table. And exhale to plant the hands, bring the knee back under the hips and reach up. Right arm comes up to the sky, reach the fingertips high and thread the needle. Reaching the left heel towards the back of the room, finding this great expansion. We release to open. Take one more loving breath, and on your next exhale, gently release the thread the needle. Tucking the toes and rolling through the back to sit back on the heels, palms face forward. Inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, circle them behind. Inhale, reach, exhale, circle. Just opening up through the shoulder joint. Finding one more big sweep. And then cross the arms over the chest, taking opposite shoulder. Giving yourself a little hug. Maybe twisting gently side to side. Working through the spine. Taking whatever you need. And on this last breath, find one big squeeze. Inhale. And exhale, take the fingertips to the mat, send the hips up, and meet the belly to the thighs. Wrapping the arms behind the legs, and letting the head fall. Feeling the blood rush to the head and the heart center. Maybe releasing some tension in the neck or the upper shoulders by moving the head side to side. Finding one more breath here. And then release the hands in front of the toes. Inhale, halfway lift, reach the crown forward, and exhale, fold. Inhale, lift, and fold. Moving with the breath. This doesn't have to be a super big movement. And on this next exhale, gently plant the fingertips, turn the toes out to the corners, and sink the hips down for a big, deep squat. Hands come to heart center, observing what you're feeling, observing what has come up for you today, revisiting. We can stay here, or maybe we find a gentle bind. Reaching the left arm behind, finding a twist. Tapping into your intuition and listening to your own body. If we found our bind, we can gently release and take the other side. Wherever we are, sending the pelvis down into the mat, opening through the inner groins. feeling this deep connection that we've cultivated here today, knowing that we take this with us. Releasing from our squat, letting the knees drop to the mat, and coming back into child's pose. Finding full circle of where we began our practice. Taking this time to surrender, letting the limbs become heavy, melting them down into the mat. Finding a deep, calming breath and observing how you feel in this moment right now. Breathing nice and even, letting all of the goodness of this healing practice seep into the body. Staying in child pose as long as we need to. And I thank you for joining me in this practice today, carving out time for self-love. I look forward to seeing you soon.